After years of trying different VR gun stocks, I finally found one that I genuinely enjoy using and can confidently recommend to anyone that's into VR FPS games. This is the OneStock, and mine is actually one of only 17 pre-production units in existence, so I've been testing it for a while to give you my full thoughts. For reference, I own 4 gun stocks in total, but I've never reviewed one here on the channel and never really used any of them long term. Why? Well, because they're clunky, and while all of them do the job of making your aim more steady, they do require a lot of practice, adjustment, and ultimately, frustration. Now, when WieldVR reached out to me saying they are building the best damn VR gun stocks in the world, I was intrigued, if not somewhat reserved towards this bold claim. Now let's have a look at the build, the adjustability, and the performance in games, as well as how it compares to other popular options on the market. The OneStock itself is super lightweight but solid. I've dropped it over a dozen times and there's not even a scratch on it, so it's given me no reason to worry that it wouldn't hold up in the long run. Whether it be Ghosts of Tabor, Veil, Contractors, Pavlov, or any other FPS you prefer, they all have lots and lots of guns, all with major differences in length and shape. And depending on the game, or even the game mode within the same title, you will have to handle multiple weapons. This was always my first gripe with using a gun stock. Switching from an MP5 to an AK-47 meant taking off the headset, finding an Allen key, adjusting the stock to what I thought seemed right, and then jumping back in just to discover it's not quite there and I have to do it all over again. And yes, I'm aware that some games like Contractors have gun stock calibration tools built in, but not only does that still mean you need to get out of your current match, but it also doesn't always get the granular adjustment I want. Now with the OneStock, stock calibration isn't even required at all because you can simply switch guns and in generally under 10 seconds your weapon is fully aligned with your stock. It's a fairly simple design but so effective. You have a main lever here that allows you to adjust the length in less than 2 seconds. Also, you can leave it open for when using pump action shotguns. Then the controller cups themselves actually pivot and rotate, allowing you to align both your hands perfectly to fit the gun you're using. These can be locked in place if you want, but I generally leave them as they were designed, slightly untightened, so you can basically move them freely. This makes it easy to adjust them when you want, but they won't move unless you apply a tiny bit more force. Both of them also slide back and forth if you need finer adjustment, which can be done by turning these knobs. No tools required. Finally, the shoulder rest can be moved back and forth as well as up and down with the same mechanic of not needing any additional tools. Another thing that's different from other designs are the controller cups, which are open and don't detach from the stock. This has always been my second biggest gripe with VR gun stocks. While the magnetic design from other options seems cool and satisfying at first, when you're in VR and can't see your guns or the stock, it's very tough to find a magnet after reloading, for example. And yeah, I know that maybe after hours and hours of practice, muscle memory kicks in and it gets easier, but that's until you change the shape of the stock to accommodate another weapon and then you're kind of back to square one. And besides, I'm a casual gamer. I prefer using my training time to get better at the game, not learning how to use something that should make my life easier, not harder. I'm currently using it with my Quest 3 and Quest Pro controllers, but they have cup options for all the popular VR controllers on the market. Now, because of the open cup design here, but also because of the high degree of adjustability, it literally took me 2 minutes to start getting comfortable with it and naturally place my hand where it's supposed to go after reloading. So let's jump into a few games so I can show you what using the OneStock is like. Yeah, this part of the game is a bit buggy. Please have a weapon. Please have a... One is coming. Ow, behind me every single time. What is going on?
It's your teammate, dude.
The OneStock is invite only right now, and I have a code limited to only 100 people in the description below, as well as the link to the OneStock. If you've been looking for a VR gunstock, or even if you're thinking of upgrading your existing one, this really has been the best damn gunstock I've ever used. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, cause you know I'll answer every single one, and if you still have time to hang out, watch one of these videos next, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more VR goodness. See you soon guys, bye!